I impersonated my roommate to herself, and she hated it. So back in the 90 seconds, I was sharing this tiny apartment with my roommate Sarah. We were both teachers, barely making enough to split rent on this place that came with free gym classes downstairs. Every day, I'd come home from work completely drained from dealing with kids all day. I had this routine where I'd change into my workout clothes and flip on my little TV while I laced up my sneakers. We only had like 3 channels plus the home shopping network, so Judge Judy was pretty much always on around 5 p.m. I didn't really care what was on TV. I was just trying to decompress before hitting the aerobics class downstairs. But Sarah had opinions about everything I watched. The second Judge Judy's voice came through those speakers, Sarah would start her daily rant. This show is absolute trash. How can you watch this garbage? This woman is so rude and mean. Why do you torture yourself with this crap? She'd go on and on the entire time I'm trying to get ready. Every single day. Same complaints, same tone, same dramatic sighs. I'm like, Sarah, I'm literally just putting my shoes on. I'll be gone in 2 minutes. But she wouldn't stop. She'd follow me around the apartment complaining about how Judge Judy was everything wrong with television and how I was rotting my brain. One day, I'm venting to my neighbor Tracy about it. I'm like, I can't even tie my shoes in peace without getting a lecture about my TV choices. That's when Tracy gets this evil grin on her face. She goes, you know what you should do? Give her a taste of her own medicine. So we come up with this plan. I'm gonna write down exactly what Sarah says during Judge Judy. Then when her favorite show comes on, I'm gonna repeat her exact words back to her. Sarah was obsessed with Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Like obsessed. She'd plan her whole evening around it. Make popcorn, get comfortable on the couch, answer all the questions out loud like she was actually on the show. So the next day, I'm taking notes while Sarah does her Judge Judy routine. This show is such trash. How can anyone watch this garbage? The host is terrible and mean. This is rotting your brain. I wrote it all down word for word. That night, Millionaire comes on and Sarah gets all settled in with her snacks. The music starts playing and she's all excited. That's when I strike. This show is such trash, I say, using her exact tone. How can anyone watch this garbage? Sarah looks at me like I just slapped her. What? The host is terrible and mean. This is rotting your brain. She's staring at me with her mouth hanging open. Why are you being so negative? You're never like this. You're always so positive at work. That's why everyone calls you Smiley. I keep going with her exact words. This show is absolute garbage. Why do you torture yourself with this crap? Sarah gets upset and goes, I don't understand why you're being so mean to me. This isn't like you at all. That's when I drop the bomb. Sarah, do you realize I'm saying the exact same words you said about Judge Judy earlier today? She goes, no, you're not. I never say things like that. I'm like, are you serious right now? You literally said these exact words 2 hours ago while I was getting ready for the gym. She shakes her head. I would never say something that mean. You're just making this up because you're mad at me for some reason. So I go get Tracy from next door. Tracy, didn't I tell you about how Sarah complains about Judge Judy every single day using these exact words? Tracy's trying not to laugh. Oh yeah, you told me all about it. That's why we planned this whole thing. Sarah's face goes bright red. She starts stammering about how she doesn't remember saying those things, and maybe she was just having a bad day. But here's the crazy part. From that day forward, Sarah never said a single word during Judge Judy again. She'd sit there in complete silence while I got ready for the gym. The plan worked so well that I actually started missing her complaints a little bit, but I never told her that.